All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Darren Cameron. I'm the Senior Director of Public Relations with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And on behalf of our entire organization, I would like to welcome you to the Pinnacle Club at IG Field here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. In addition, I would also like to extend a welcome and good morning to all Raiders fans watching live on Raiders.com or any of their social media platforms. When IG Field opened its doors in May of 2013, it became the crown jewel of football facilities in this country. From that day, our goal moving forward was to not only provide a competitive and exciting brand of football on the field, but also to continuously showcase our stadium, our city, our province, and the great football fans of Manitoba by attracting large-scale events to this facility. Today's announcement continues to do just that in conjunction with on-ice entertainment, the Oakland Raiders, and the National Football League. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce from on-ice entertainment, Mr. John Graham.
Thank you, Dan. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. To give you a little background, On-Ice Entertainment is a promotions company that, or an event promoter that's worked with the NHL and international soccer over the last 15 years. And we had an opportunity last fall to get together with the Oakland Raiders and talk about coming to Western Canada. It would be remiss if I don't thank Mr. Davis and Dan Venturelli for all the work and effort in assisting us and putting this event together. I also would like to thank Wade Miller, Kelly Kowalchuk, and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and staff for their assistance. If we couldn't have had such a willing partner in putting it together, it wouldn't be able to happen. I know you're not paying money to see me today, so at this point what I'd like to do is turn the microphone over to Dan and welcome him to Winnipeg. Thank you.
Thank you, John. So one of the things that we at the Raiders take seriously is that the Raiders is a global brand. And for us, we're proud to have a strong international fan presence that we've seen firsthand when we've done these games in places like London and Mexico City and Barcelona years ago. So with this game, this year, we'll become the first NFL team to play games in 3 different countries in one season. And we think that's a special thing, but it was also important to us to have that game be in the right place. So we looked at several CFL venues and considered what the right location for this game was, and we feel great about having it here at IG Field in partnership with the Bombers. So we appreciate that and are looking forward to it. We know we have a lot of Canadian fans, and we're excited and happy to bring this game and the team to those fans, and we're even more excited to bring it to the people of Winnipeg and this community that's been so supportive of this effort. The enthusiasm that we've had here from the community, local civic leaders, and Wade Miller and the Bombers has been incredible. So thank them for that, and appreciate all the time, effort, and energy that John has put into creating this game and making it a reality. As we at the Raiders work to redefine the way NFL teams see their geographic fan base, unifying fans in Las Vegas and Oakland and Los Angeles, we look forward to adding the great fans of Winnipeg to the Raider Nation here. It's my great honor to introduce one of the greatest players of all time now. He's one of the greatest to ever play the game of football anywhere. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer, a Super Bowl MVP, and someone who appreciates the deep history of football in Canada, having played for the Alouettes and played and coached for the Alouettes and the Stampeders. More importantly, he's an incredible human being who, along with his wife Angela, has dedicated his post-football life to helping women who are victims of domestic abuse, and we couldn't be prouder of the work he's done as a Raider and in the communities that he helps. So it's my great privilege to introduce Fred Biletnikoff.
Good afternoon. The last time I was in Winnipeg, I was catching my breath looking for a oxygen tank on the sideline when I was playing with the Alouettes in 1980. So it's glad to see that there's a new stadium here in town rather than the old place that I played in and coached with the Stampeders and played with the Alouettes. And it's good to have the Raiders come here because I believe, knowing the CFL fans as I do for a number of years I was here, how gracious they are, how sports-minded they are, number one. They love their sports, and it's good to be able to see two teams that have a great history throughout their careers as organizations with Green Bay and the Raiders, and knowing that somebody like Mr. Davis from years ago, who is legendary, as we all know, it's too bad he couldn't be here because he would love it also. But I just want to say thank you for having the team here. I think the fans are really going to enjoy it. It'll bring the NFL to Canada, and especially to Western Canada. So we'll have a great game, and it's good to see everybody, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Fred. At this time, I'd ask you to turn your attention to the closest TV monitor, please, for a short video.
Give me everything you got and watch how that takes care of itself. It's about domination. Dominate on three. 1, 2, 3. Dominate.
The Raiders take the field for a showdown with Green Bay.
And there goes Rodgers to the end zone. And Adams gets it for the touchdown. His car fires. End zone touchdown. He's loose. Jalen Richard.
But he is leveled.
To give a comment on behalf of the City of Winnipeg, please welcome the Deputy Mayor and Councillor, Mr. Marcus Chambers.
Good afternoon. The City of Winnipeg is excited to be part of this announcement with the Winnipeg Football Club. Just to be clear, the main attraction here at IGF Field is the CFL and our home team, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the University of Manitoba Bisons. However, Winnipeg is known for hosting world-class sporting events, such as the 1999 Pan Am Games, the several CFL Grey Cup games that we've hosted in Winnipeg, and to the most recent, the 2017 Summer Games, just to name a few. The opportunity to welcome the NFL to Winnipeg sends a message that Winnipeg is ready to compete in attracting and hosting other major sporting events in our city. From the organizers to the volunteers to the friendly nature of our fans and to the citizens of Winnipeg, tourism in Winnipeg is benefited through events like this. As you can see today, I'm a huge Oakland Raiders fan. Just, if you don't mind. I'm a Oakland Raiders fan based on my namesake, Marcus Allen, as my jersey states. Marcus Allen, whose brother Damon had an illustrious CFL career, was part of the great black and silver teams of the 1980s. The opportunity for Winnipeggers to experience Raider Nation, not Rider Nation, allows our city to showcase all that we have to offer in terms of facilities and hospitality. Thank you to Wade Miller and his team at the Winnipeg Football Club for their exhaustive efforts in putting this event together. I know that Mayor Bowman and my colleagues on City Council are also excited as we prepare Winnipeg to stage the NFL in August. Thank you very much, and congratulations again to Wade and his team.
Thank you, Marcus. Leading the process from the Winnipeg Football Club standpoint was, of course, our President and CEO, Mr. Wade Miller. And to speak on behalf of the Blue Bombers, please welcome Wade Miller.
We look forward to hosting the Week 3 preseason game against the Oakland Raiders and the Green Bay Packers here at IG Field. We believe there's a tremendous opportunity for our Blue Bomber fans and NFL and CFL fans from the prairies and surrounding states to come enjoy Manitoba and Winnipeg and to see what our province and city has to offer. We truly have the best fans in Canada, and this will be no different. This unique once-in-a-lifetime sporting event here at Investors Group IG Field will be something that's legendary, and we look forward to hosting our fans and everybody from across Western Canada and the States. So thank you very much for everybody in attendance today, for our great staff that have worked hard to pull this together with the Raiders and on ice, and we look forward to the game in August.
Thank you, Wade. At this time, we'll take a few questions from the floor before these gentlemen are available for one-on-ones and scrums over by the backdrop there. Rianne has a mic. If you can just identify yourself, please introduce yourself and your media outlet. That would be great.
Hi, it's Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Just take us through the process of how it got to Winnipeg. And I understand Regina was in the mix for a while. How we got here?
I think that, the process started with calling and talking to Dan and talking to the Raiders and looking at opportunities that existed. We did look at a number of different venues. Everybody was in the mix until we made the decision. And I think that you have to have full commitment from everybody to make it happen, and we definitely had this here, and I think that Wade and his team's efforts were phenomenal in making it happen. They have to come to the table and want to make it happen. I think that the energy and enthusiasm they showed, and I think that when the league came in and did their inspections in the facility and met with their people, they were very satisfied. And the process is I go back to the Raiders, and they're, in a sense, my client, and they had communication with the league, and this was the site chosen.
No, it's great. The only thing that I'll say is that obviously the enthusiasm of Wade, the Bombers, and the community, as well as the attractiveness of the venue. It's a modern venue that has a lot of the amenities that we look for in buildings where we host games in the NFL, and so all of those things were incredibly attractive.
What kind of crowd do you expect?
An enthusiastic one, a supportive one. Hopefully more Raider fans than fans of any other team, except for the Bombers.
Sense of how many will show up?
No, we're very fortunate that in these games internationally we've gotten great support from our fans, and we expect nothing less here. We hope that Raider Nation is very proud in representing us here.
It was mentioned, Judy Owen, Canadian Press, that you were looking for a location in Western Canada. Why Western Canada and not Eastern?
I think more geography. Our country's pretty large. I think that they've tried it in Toronto with the Bills, and it hadn't been tried out west on ice. Although I live in Toronto, I base my business pretty much out west. I'm living in Regina currently. We've done NHL and soccer out west. It just seemed to be a market that was eager and hungry, and obviously it's probably the best football market in the country.
Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Can you just take us through any logistical challenges to convert what is obviously a CFL venue to an NFL venue? Is it relatively simple, or is there going to be a bit of a process involved?
After this press conference, the three of us get a brush out and we start right away. Wade, you may want to address some of that, or
Yeah, there's you obviously are going to have to put different goalposts in, which we can do. We convert the field now from football to soccer, so minimal work will be required. Our stadium ops may look at a little more work than I'm suggesting, but it's just relocating the goalposts and putting different ones in. So, and then you paint the field to the lines, and we're going to see what an NFL field looks like on a Canadian football field.
This question is mainly for Wade. obviously there's more sporting options than ever in this market, Valor being one. We're getting a Western Hockey League team here starting in the fall. The Jets have had 2 straight playoff runs. There's a belief out there that everybody only has so much disposable income, and if money gets spent on one thing, it takes away from another. Do you have any concerns from a Bombers perspective that bringing in a game of this magnitude could actually undercut your bottom line in some way?
Well, I believe it's very positive that we can celebrate gridiron football. We're very involved from amateur football, university, junior, and the CFL, and now we're going to bring NFL fans that may have not been here to a Blue Bomber game. And I truly believe, be a great fan of an NFL team and be a great fan of the Blue Bombers, and we want to get all those NFL fans in to see what the stadium is like and a game day experience at IG Field, because it's truly unique, and we look forward to hosting all of our fans in the city and the province, and I think that will be the positive part that comes out of this, is we're going to increase the profile of gridiron football in this province. And I think that's very important for us to continue to do, and that we're able to do that with the Oakland Raiders, and obviously with Green Bay and the location and proximity. That makes that matchup very interesting, and it being a week 3 preseason game, typically that's where you see a lot of their starters as well, so it's going to be very positive.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, is what might these lineups, will there be additional pressure on both organizations to maybe field stronger lineups than might otherwise be the case, just because of the international flavor to this?
Well, I think we were intentional in making it the 3rd preseason game because, as Wade said, that's typically where you see that. I think you'll see a game that's typical of what the 3rd preseason game looks like, and we're excited about it.
One last one, but Wade, you know local football fans very well. Would it be accurate to say that there's different camps of fans? There are fans who love football in all forms. There are diehard CFL fans who maybe don't like the NFL very much. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, there's NFL fans who have no time for the CFL. Can you just give us maybe some of your insight into that mentality and what this game could maybe do to broach some of those boundaries?
I think those are all, that's probably a good summation of the different groups. And obviously we want those fans that haven't been to CFL football to say, you know, this IG Field, that's an unbelievable game day experience. I'm going to come back and experience the CFL. Or for the CFL fans to say, hey, this is another opportunity to see a different league of football at IG Field, which it will truly be a once-in-a-lifetime unique sporting event, which we've hosted, you know, the FIFA World Cup, the Heritage Classic here, and I believe this NFL 3rd week preseason game fits that category.
Joe Scarpelli from Global News. Do we know what the fan experience is going to be like? We know what it's like in the NFL. Is any of that going to be brought to Winnipeg?
Well, I'm going to suggest that there's not a ton of difference between the CFL and NFL fan experience, so it'll be very similar to what you see at Blue Bomber games.
The one thing that we will do, to just add to that, this is not just a game. This will be a festival of activities that goes on and has different functions leading into the weekend, and that will be announced at a later date, but it's not a standalone game.
Yeah, we're going to celebrate football in this province, and that starts with the NFL, CFL, and amateur football, and there'll be further announcements on that.
And I'll say from the Raiders' perspective, we know the fan experience here is great. That's why we wanted to be here, and that's why we appreciate the support that we've received, and it's one of the reasons that we picked this venue and this facility and the relationship with this particular team.
Very good. Awesome. Thank you very much. Once again, I'd like to echo the comments from everybody today. We're, as an organization, beyond excited to host this event and look forward to working with On Ice Entertainment as well as both the Packers and the Raiders. So we're very excited. These 4 gentlemen rather are available in front of the backdrop there. Once again, thanks for joining us. Thank you for watching, and we wish you the best of the day. Thank you.